All right, Chris, talk to me about this. This is pretty significant. The Democrats rushed through all of the proceedings, first in Russia and then in Ukraine, without waiting for this idea of executive privilege to be adjudicated. They just accused the president of obstructing their investigation, obstructing Congress, a term they invented because of this. How does this ruling from the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals change that?
I think it's dispositive. I think that this really shows that Trump was right and the Democrats were wrong. I mean, if you look at this on the history of it, the executive privilege is something that has been exerted by presidents for decades, right? So, you know, not only George W. Bush exerted it, but so did Barack Obama. And when Trump does it, they impeach him? Seriously?
That's pretty much what it seems like. So I want to go back a little bit for those wondering about executive privilege, and I want to talk about the whys behind executive privilege. You and I talked about this briefly, Chris, around the time that John Bolton was talking about private conversations or alleged private conversations with the president and how important it is for the president to be able to have privacy in discussions with his advisors. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to talk to advisors, get good advice, brainstorm on ideas, because he's constantly going to be worried that those conversations are going to be leaked and are going to be damaging to him. That's the reason behind executive privilege, in addition to the national security concerns, correct?
Yes, that's right. Exactly. You know, we have to have a situation in which we recognize that these people work for the President of the United States, and that as a constitutional officer, that he is the one who's the boss of them, right? And that really what their function is to advise him. And so the conversations that they have, it's almost like talking to an attorney. It's the same sort of thing. It's, you know, you're supposed to have attorney-client privilege. Of course, in the case of Trump, you don't have attorney-client privilege either. They get to bust in the door of your attorney and take millions of documents from him and then convict him of something and get him to turn on Trump. So apparently these things don't apply to Trump, but this court is saying, well, actually, maybe they kind of do.